Hey, it's Mark Zimmerman, and I just thought I'd reach out to y'all today and kind of let you know about a conversation that I had last night. I had somebody come up to me at an event that I was at, and they asked me, they said, Mark, is there a better or worse time to invest in real estate? I mean, is it a slow time right now? Is it a fast time? Should I wait for the interest rates to go down? Should I wait for the sales market to pick up again like it did a year ago? What should I do? And I just wanted to pass on what I told this person last night, which was this. There's really not a good or bad time to buy real estate, in my opinion. I think it all goes back to the math. I've talked about this before. It's the math. It's the numbers. It's running the numbers, running the formulas. And if the numbers work, then I would say pull the trigger. And the numbers don't work, then don't pull the trigger. And when I say the numbers, if you're going to buy, fix up, and sell, then you want to be really clear on what the house should sell at, that ARV, that after repaired value. You should think about what that ARV is and make sure that you've got a pretty good handle on what that number is, what that after repaired value is, what the house should sell for fixed up nice compared to very recent, that's a key word, very recent sales in the neighborhood that this property is in. So that's a number that you want to make sure that you know. You want to make sure that the rehab costs that you're looking at, that renovation cost, is pretty spot on, because that's another part of the formula you're going to use when you decide whether or not you should go ahead and purchase that property. And yes, you should look at days on market. However, you can figure in days on market and hold times. That's the key. What is your hold cost in that formula when you're analyzing whether or not to purchase the property? Because another part of that formula we talked about in another video is, what are my holding costs? Because you have to take those into account and subtract that off of what you pay for the house to take that in consideration. And of course, in a slower time, the holding times might be longer, but don't forget this. Every house will sell, whether it's an up market or it's a down market, or if it's next to a meat rendering plant or an airport. Every house will sell if it's priced right. That's the key. If the house doesn't sell and it's in great condition, then you lower the price. Now, that can be painful if you're doing it after the fact. So that's why you want to make sure that you factor in what the real after repaired value is going to be, what you can sell it for fixed up, based on this time today, the neighborhood, the time of year, and all that. But as you see, that's not a bad time to get into real estate. It's just you have to figure in those slower times and maybe those slower sales prices than if you were to sell it in a hot market or in the summer. Same thing with rental property, right? You can buy, fix up, and hold. That's what we preach about a lot. And it's the same thing. You just have to make sure that the numbers work when you run the numbers. You have to think about, what is the rent that you're truly going to be able to get after you fix up this property that you buy for a rental. What's that rent going to be? And yes, that rent could be lower than what it was in July or June of this year. So you have to make sure, just like when you're coming up with their after repaired value of a property to sell it based on recent sales, you also have to come up with that rent amount that you'll be able to charge after it's fixed up. Again, based on recent rents and the time of year that we're in. But again, there's not a bad time to hold property either. Remember the saying, and I think it was Warren Buffett, but you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments because my memory's failing me. But I believe it. He said the best time to buy real estate was 5 years ago, and the second best time to buy real estate is today. He's basically saying, pull the trigger. Don't worry about seasonality, right? Don't worry about market conditions. Don't worry about interest rates. Don't worry about vacancy rates. You can figure all those in to the purchase price of the house when you're looking to buy it. Now, you should take into consideration how long it takes to sell a property, how long it takes to hold a property in this time, in this neighborhood again, because those times do change, and that will extend your holding costs, whether it's holding it till it's rented or holding it until it's sold. But you can figure that into your formula when you purchase the house. So, takeaway is this. There's not a bad time or a good time to buy real estate. You just have to do the math. If you have any questions about that math, I have other videos that I've shot about the math, the formulas, the evaluations. You can also hit me up in the chats here, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you have. But as I always say, I wish you the best of luck. Keep trudging down the road on that dream of passive income and being a landlord or being a flipper or both, which I actually think is the best way to go. And I just always wish you well. I'm Mark Zimmerman, and I'm out. Thanks for watching, everyone. We really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe below.